Welcome to ATP Customs. Today is Friday, July 31st. So this video will be your Monday weekly report. And we'll go over a couple of little things that we're dealing with. So the 94 Mustang GT has the infamous coilover clunk in the back. I can grab the quarter panel right here and lift it up with both hands, and you can get this clunk every single speed bump. Doesn't matter if it's the biggest or the littlest speed bump. I have had the coilovers off 6 times now. I have put little rubber bushings, been just messing around with it like crazy, Googling it like crazy, and it still isn't solved, driving me crazy. Oh, by the way, sorry for all the wind noise in the background. I had to set up an air conditioner because it is hot here. So I did just stumble across a gentleman's YouTube video where he said lithium grease and the actual coil spring is the issue. So we're gonna try that, but it's the end of the day. It's way too hot, I'm going home. So we'll try that after the weekend, and I'm really hoping that is the solution. And if it is, I will be giving him a big shout out and a thank you. So I have been fighting with this clunk for a little too long. And you notice we got a lot of room in here. That's because I shoved everything in the back. Corvette's crammed in the corner. The C10 is crammed up there because all of our parts are sitting at the border. The border is not clearing anything. There are parts that have been sitting at the border for 3 months, and the border's not doing anything. The only place we can get a lot of these parts is from the US. And for some strange reason, they are not clearing anybody's parts, which is getting very frustrating. I have parts for the C10. We have parts from Summit Racing, parts from Brothers Trucks, parts from American Muscle, which is the new chip for this Mustang. And we cannot get parts for some stupid reason that nobody can explain. The fun thing about that, I guess, it means we get to work on our own stuff. So I thought I'd play with the Mustang a little bit. Now there's my air conditioning setup. Mr. White actually did that. We're using our little paint room to draw all the heat out the backside, and it is cooling the shop just wonderfully because we've been in the 35 to 39 degree range for the last week and a bit. Thank you, Dock Station, for Googling Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit's not really something we use here for much, which I believe 35 is 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So those of you that think Canada is cold, nope, not at all. We are cooking up here. And today is supposed to be 39 degrees, so I'm guessing that's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So just puttering with the Mustang. The only 2 things left on this car is the little clunk in the rear coilovers and the chip that I'm still waiting for from American Muscle. It's a Bama chip. I'm really excited to try it because it made so much more power than the Super chip. But it's been sitting at the border since July 1st, and it is July 31st. And I did just talk to an acquaintance of mine who his parts were ordered in, I believe he said February, and they just showed up now. So there is definitely some weird border stuff going on. The inside of the Monster is clean, you notice. Because when we get jammed up like this, it makes me want to work on my own stuff. So we are on the hunt for some parts for the crashed Mustang. So Mr. White's got a Dodge door he's got to fix. It's been hanging around here. And it's making me want to get back on that thing. And we do have some help coming in, which is wonderful. It's been just me and Mr. White. Mr. White and I, sorry, proper English here. Just doing all this, and now we have found a new acquaintance who is quite a tuning machine. And I will throw a quick clip of his truck up at the end of this one. You may have seen it on Instagram this week. He has a nice little S10. It's a long box S10 that he's actually making a short box. And it has a 383 and 2 nitrous kits on it. And he is just amazing at tuning. So he has joined our team and is going to be our head tuner, which is very exciting because, oh my goodness, did he sort out some issues on the hot rod that nobody could. The hot rod has been to multiple shops for some running issues and carburetor issues, and he came in, and we're going to be doing a little more on it, but the hot rod is so much better. We delivered the hot rod, and the customer is very happy, and he's sending it back for paint this winter along with the Mercedes. So that is so exciting. We got that thing sorted out, And now first and second gear are completely uncontrollable in that car. He cannot get traction at all. That's what we wanted. We wanted him to be just smile when he took that thing down the road, because Bob loves that car, that truck, whatever you want to call it, and he beats the hell out of it. So I imagine that's going to be a never-ending vehicle that we get to play with. And for those fans of the jet boat that were disappointed over this little catastrophe, never fear, we will get through this. That jet boat will hit the lake. I just don't know how long it's going to take for them to rebuild this, but I made a phone call to my dad, and it turns out my dad has been hoarding big blocks as usual. So my dad has a 460 that I can pull out of a truck that's rebuilt. It's not what I want in a jet boat. I don't want just a rebuilt 460. I want a monster in it. And it turns out my dad has been hoarding, he's got two 429s. So, what do we do with two 429s? I don't really want to use them in a jet boat. If I have to, I will. I'll throw it out to the viewers. What do we do with a 429? Because I have so much stuff to throw it in, I am unsure. I've never had a 429 in anything. I've never driven one. But we got a 429, two of them sitting at my dad's. One of them needs a full rebuild and the other one's running. It came out of a 71 T-Bird that was rated at a ridiculous amount of torque for that big boat of a car. So yes, appreciate you guys making comments. You know, when you're watching our videos and giving me feedback on things like, oh, you wanted to see the jet boat, that really helps, because that motivates me to get that thing going. Sometimes you run into a snag and it just deflates you. And you just think, ah, my goodness, why am I keep doing this? We love our vehicles though, but yes, they get a little tiring when you keep running into little issues like that, but we have some options. So we're gonna keep pushing ahead. It is a really hot week again next week, and we'll figure out how we're going to squeeze that thing in to get it metal flaked anyways, with or without a motor, and we'll get a motor in that thing, and you guys will see that thing on the lake. Never know, it might even be September. We'll see how these engine builders do, because I really wanted to try out a 472. According to Bob, who I got the boat from, that 472, he said if you hit the throttle just right several times and you just hammer it right, the boat will launch out of the water 6 feet in the air. I've never seen a jet boat do that. I think we need to try it. I think Bob needs to try it. He's an animal. So that's the plan. We're getting a big block forward in that jet boat one way or another. I don't care. We're not giving up. I've never had a jet boat and I love that thing. It's awesome. And we want the boom system in it. And, oh yes, Bob has an old Chris Craft that I forgot we're supposed to feature. It is completely restored. I believe it's a Chevy V8 in it. It is beautiful. And he would like a full stereo system in it. So he's designed a way for us to squeeze a stereo in his old Chris Craft, and that will be a winter project. We could go down to the lake possibly in the next week and see that thing. If anybody would like to see an old restored Chris Craft, we'll go and feature that one too. So, moving on. I'm going to take the Jimmy home, I think, today. Go have a wonderful weekend. I think we'll even take the Caliente out this weekend. Try that out, see if anybody wants to buy it, because it's sitting in my driveway isn't selling. So, let's take the Caliente out this weekend and take you for a drive in that too. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe.